We kind of boiled it down as a company to the top three that we get quite often in terms of questions we get from customers or potential customers. A lot of just discussions around solar in general in the industry and how battery storage works. So the first misconception that is so common is that, as long as the sun is shining, I'll have power. Well, not quite. Your grid-tied solar system is designed to actually shut down when the grid goes down. And that's actually, in a way, a law, because it's about safety. So it's a very good reason. What happens typically when there's an outage, especially caused by like an obstruction or something like that, a lineman will come out to work on it, to repair it, right? And if solar energy, that's producing electricity is feeding back into the grid while the wires are being repaired on, it could cause serious injury or even death for that lineman. And that's a risk that in this world we cannot take ever. So there's a really good reason why that power cannot be accessible when things are down in that way. So that's a really common one. We can definitely address that in our question segment a little bit more in depth, but that's definitely a notable one. So the second one there is, there's a transfer switch for, optional off-grid usage that I can flip anytime. So this is most certainly not the case. Most inverters are grid connected. That's just the most common type of installation that has to do with, solar inverters and batteries. And so with that, the inverter senses like grid differences with frequencies and voltages, and it tells it to power up or shut down. The problem with that, though, is that the system can't throttle how much power is coming in. And so if the system doesn't have that type of insight, it can't actually regulate what it can handle. So that can really lead to a very dangerous outcome. It can also be really damaging to the system. And that's another thing we can address more in depth in our discussion. But yeah, that's definitely a very, very common misconception that we have, and we get from a lot of folks. And I'm just admitting a few more folks here. And then, so our third most common misconception is I can run a generator and my solar system at the same time. And the reason behind that is that it could completely fry the generator because, again, there's that regulation issue. So that's another really huge misconception, and something to note, especially in terms of safety and when you are investigating generators and things like that.